You mentioned earlier in that answer that basically the 40 or 50 that come in have to reach an evidential threshold. What is that evidential threshold?
I haven't got the details. There's some. We've looked at it previously. I'm more than happy to share with you that on social media there is a whole range of guidance that came from the DPP around when it meets the threshold to support the prosecution. I haven't got the detail. I'll get that for you so I can share it with you.
But not even just a general.
There's. I'd be wrecking my memory. There's a whole range of factors with which the prosecutor will make an assessment about whether it works a threshold for prosecution. A number of it is about quantity, repetition, a range of issues. But I'll give you that detail. I'm more than happy to give you that detail.
Because I mean, I would have thought, as I understand it, this would be problematic because the standard I thought that was used for definition of a hate crime was the perception of the victim, or indeed anybody else, which this to me seems the crucial subclause in that definition, or anybody else. So basically, anybody who hasn't even witnessed or seen can report.
Yes, absolutely. But if I may, there's two different things there. There's reporting and recording the crime. I'm talking about prosecution, which is and it always is. So we've discussed here before things like crime recording rules. So take out of hate crime, you can absolutely record crimes at a threshold that's there, but the threshold to prosecute might be up there.
But as I understand it,
that's quite normal in all of our processes.
What seems odd about this particular area of crime is that possible incidents go straight into the statistics, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which therefore gives the impression of enormous things, where in fact actually they might not actually be crimes that are prosecutable.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is where we've got to be so you can have hate incidents, hate crimes, and hate prosecutions. And they're three quite different buckets with a different test for the threshold of recording in each.
So I suppose, so basically somebody can, these 40 cases or such, they could actually have come from somebody just simply reporting, saying, I've seen this and I think this is a hate crime.
Yeah.
Some.
That doesn't cause problems for you, surely?
Well, but we have that in lots of areas of things where you can get things that are an incident, that are not a crime. That definition we can have.
So I spoke to a lady yesterday. She came up to me in the street and told me about something she had found very upsetting online. She's reported it. I want to know about it. It may fit in with a trend. Yeah. It may be something that the company can do something about straight away. That's all to the good. Yeah. It may very well not end up with a successful prosecution. She doesn't want it to anyway, but even if she did, it might not. But that is in the nature of police work. But I wouldn't want you to think that, first of all, the 40 to 50 is absolutely not all made up of one. No. It's about 50%, we think, at the moment that don't reach what you would think of as the evidential test.
No,
but there's still action taken on them.
But do you see that the problem, it seems to me, particularly with this crime, is it almost does not need evidence to actually make it onto a kind of statistic?
But could I just, I hesitate...
No, isn't this the truth, though?
No, but I hesitate to sort of intrude into the
the vagrancies of crime recording.
Of incidents reporting to prosecutions.
Yeah.
But actually, if you look at those reports that are coming through, the incidents that are coming through reports that then get recorded as a crime, there is very little variations. I think what lies behind your question, forgive me if I'm wrong, is that there's more reporting of incidents coming through, and when they're looked through, they probably drop, and so we're not getting a fair view of hate crime in the capital. I don't think that is the case, because when you look, you're seeing a pretty good conversion from incidents being reported to actually crimes being recorded. And sometimes actually when incidents are reported, the number of crimes goes up because of the number of victims that are there. So there isn't, actually when you look at there's quite a steady stream, and it isn't that there's a great disparity because of the definition of hate crime and the way that incidents can be reported.
No, absolutely. I think there's no question about it. That obviously if somebody's attacked or something in the street, something like that, of course we all know exactly what that is. I'm addressing particularly the online hub and the, I think, highly problematic things that can arise out of this, where basically, essentially, comments that are made or whatever can be categorized as hate crime. I mean, because we talk a lot about hate crime, we very rarely actually hear examples of what that hate crime might be. We almost never hear it, in fact.
So I find that what lies behind that question a little bit difficult because from my point of view, if you are harassed online or you're harassed in the street, it's the same thing. You are being harassed and harm is happening to you, and therefore you should report it and the incidents should be looked into properly. The Online Hate Crime Hub gives the ability for the Met to really have the expertise to do that properly and well, which was not the case before.
I think it can actually, I would say that it can actually surely be extended to criticism of ideas and ideology and belief systems. That is the big, big problem. I mean, Trevor Phillips himself, said that, for example, the term Islamophobia is a very problematic one because essentially criticism of a religion, for example, or a set of ideas now could actually come under hate crime. That is a very great worry, I would have thought, for you.